Hi guys, Nick of Nicktastic Art. Thank you so much for stopping by the art channel. It is very warm where I am, and so I've got a frosty piece for you this evening. Hope you guys enjoy this journey. Hope everyone's doing well. I am checking. I cannot get this entire canvas in frame for you guys. Maybe if I go the other direction, please forgive my chartreuse green that you see on the table. If you are a subscriber, you've probably seen the other video, which is that Dutch pour. All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a freestyle abstract. I've got Soho's Prussian blue. We're gonna go over the colors real quick. Amsterdam's blue green, Charvin Turquoise, and then I've got Artist Loft white and my custom silver, the last bit of that I've got probably about that much left that we'll be using up. And I'll go over how we're going to do the colors in just a moment. I'll get my cup poured, this turned, and we'll see if I can work out how to get it all in screen. Be right back. Nailed that one in super crooked. Alright, well, I think I've got it all on screen for you, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to do, I was going to say vertical lines, but I don't know which way it's going to end up being. Basically, ooh, that was, that looked like some Floetrol in there. Where's my skewer? It's on the floor. I don't know what, that's definitely Floetrol. I wonder how that got past the strainer. So we're gonna definitely put some really just areas where I want it to remain dark. And that's why I'm doing this Prussian right here. So that should keep the darkness that I want to see here in areas, right? Hopefully that makes sense. It will when we pour the cup. And then what we're gonna do is I'm going to take my little guy and I'm going to layer the colors, but I'm going to use a lot of white. So we're going to start with white and we'll end with white. Next to that white, I'm going to do the turquoise. And I'm not really concerned about if it's mixing together or not. Then I'm going to do the silver. Then I'm going to do the blue-green. Trying to get my lids off here to make it go a little faster. A lot more white. Now this Artist Loft white, at least this particular bottle that I've got, I've been noticing is then a lot more pearl cells. So we'll get that turquoise in there. And I'll show you guys a very similar piece to what we're gonna do here. And start and end with the white. We're probably going to have to do 2 cups because this cup is not big enough for this canvas, but I knew that going in. So we're going to pour this white in between my dark Prussian here. Oh, I only got 2 stripes of that. Wow. I really needed a bigger cup. We're going to put that white back in and go through the colors again. If we need more colors for the sides, I'll use the Prussian blue. And we may end up with a Prussian blue side actually over on that side. So just getting my little cup here. Get all those goodies out of there. Let's put it right here. You guys know I don't like to waste paint, so just gonna scrape the last vestiges right on out of here. I think I've got it all. All right, so I'm gonna torch this. We can already see there's a lot of really interesting things happening. Maybe I'll torch it, maybe I won't. Lots of air bubbles. All right, this is one of those tilt situations where I've got to go quick. It won't be in frame all the time because this is too big of a canvas. So I hope you'll bear with me on that. Let's see where we got the paint here. Okay, it's definitely, there's so much right here. Trying to figure out if I want to take it down first or walk it first. I think we're gonna walk first. Yeah, we're definitely gonna walk first. Walk it out. Okay. Keep walking it. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom first here. Wait a minute. I'm getting some craziness that I don't want. Okay, I kind of like that angle look here, so I think we're going to take it all the way down to the other side. Clearly it wants to go there first. So we're just going to help it go all the way to that corner. Hopefully you guys can still see, and I'm just bringing it back a little bit here. Okay, now that we've got it back, I'm going to bring it down. Once I've got it down, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just slide it down there a little bit. And we're going to bring it back here. Okay. Now before we go any further, I want to take that Prussian and put it all the way over the side, because that is definitely going to be all Prussian on this side here. So, got a good approach there for those sides. Actually going to stay over here. Going to take this all the way down now, since the weight of the paint is on this side. Just going to help it move on down to that corner. I believe is off that corner. And then we're going to come to the opposite side here. Don't want to get it too wiggled out, but would definitely like it to come down. All right, I've got all the paint right here that I need to get it off that end. So just going to tilt it, help it off. And there we go. All right, now I need to bring it back. Hopefully you can still see this whole thing. It's big. All right, so now we're going to bring that back in a diagonal manner to get these lines back together. A little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm looking right about there. Yeah. checking everything out here. See if I want to take any of the sides off. Could tip to you guys a little bit here. Yeah, we're going to take that off. Straighten out those lines just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to tip it back. A little bit more. Sorry. So that's where we're at right now. I'm trying to get a little bit more of this off down here. So bear with me here. And I think we made it. Gonna open some of those cells back up and take that back just a little bit more that way. There we go. I like that. I think we've got some really interesting movement. And I've got messy hands, but we knew that was going to be the case. Just giving it a think here for a minute. If there's anything I want to adjust, change. Still have some edge work to do to clean up my edges, but I am going to draw some Prussian blue lines a little bit deeper than what we've got going on here. And by that I mean, oops, oh, my lowly Buffy mat's going to be a mess. So from right here, I'm going to just add in some more Prussian because it'll help move the paint. And the same thing over here. I want to kind of straighten this process out right here and give it a little more wiggle room. I'm going to push this here as well. Now I do need to tip just a little bit to compensate for the fact that I've just added color there. I'm going to take this side over. Okay, now you can see where I didn't go higher up. See how that's exposed with that silver? And this right here, I had more blue right there, so that obviously caused the white paint to go in that direction more. I'm just going to find a little skinny palette knife here. I'm just going to help some of this blue right here down. And then I'm going to shift that again. Kind of close that back up. And I'll need to bring him down a little bit more. And this silver, gonna incorporate him a little bit more into the blue as well. Same thing, I need to now tip him so that he can work himself out. Okay, so that one ended up taking a lot of the blue over here, and I'm okay with that, but I don't want that kind of curve that was happening right there. Okay, so if we tip this direction, should be okay. Got a lot of the blue right here. I'm okay with that though. I kind of like that. Yeah, I think we're good. Let me just double check here. Where's it moving? That's actually pretty good. Okay, I just closed this gap up a little bit more. It was a really far stretch there to see that one go that direction. Okay, boy, this looks like tundra or some Icic land here. Icic land? Well, isn't that interesting? What is that? What was a bubble? Okay, I'm going to touch up my sides, and you guys, I'll bring you back for the dried results. And here are the dried results. So a couple things about this piece. Overall, it's a very pretty piece, and it did what I wanted it to do ultimately, but I had an issue with drying. And so I wanted to show you guys some of those issues. So right down here, you can see the pewter cracked a little bit, and it's not a crack in terms of, it is the same level. It's not like a divot. So it's really crazing, I think, is a better term for what happened here. But it did it in a couple spots, and because of that, I am going to redo this piece. But in general, it gave a frosty vibe. The color scheme's good. I like the composition. I'm just not happy with the way the pewter reacted. And that's because two things can cause this. My home, temperature-wise, has changed significantly since we've kind of had this heat blast. And therefore, I believe the top layer dried faster than the underneath layers. And because they didn't dry at the same time frame, I got this little bit of cracking that occurred. That to me is the most likely reason for this problem. You can also have this happen when you have different consistencies that have different mediums in them. You do need to have the same medium in all your paints, or you can have something like this happen. So overall, it's a nice piece, but I'm not happy with the way it turned out. So we will be doing another variation of this at a later point. Thank you for stopping by. Find your bliss.